Hey YouTube, Brian LCS here. Thanks for stopping by the channel and this video, the Amazing Spider-Man number 86 review. So let's jump right in. Let's just get to the story. So writer is Zeb Wells and artist is Michael Dowling. Zeb Wells will be taking over the writing of the story going forward in the new reboot. So this was actually a pretty decent issue. Not a lot of action, but we're basically getting in the head a little bit more of Ben Reilly. He found out last issue some information from Doc Ock and about Beyond Corporation. And so there is a little battle scene here, and he's taking a little bit less direction from Beyond, and he's a little bit more, you know, kind of thinking for himself based on the information that he's received. And actually in this battle here, he's fighting a guy who's got this flammable suit on with all these little kind of bombs that could cause fires, and it actually destroys a couple floors of this building. And Beyond had asked him not to do it, but he went ahead to take this, you know, criminal out. And so you can see there's a little conflict or change in the way Ben is handling dealing with the Beyond Corporation. Now he's with his therapist here at Beyond, and she's trying to get to the bottom of this, why, you know, he had a sudden kind of change in the way he's been doing things. And so let's see, we've got an advertisement. And then we kind of flash back to last issue where he hands off his mask to Janine, his girlfriend. And within the mask was the kind of the little, you know, USB that had all of the information that Doc Ock had provided on Beyond. And so she's able to look at it and she understands what's going on, because they can't really speak about it because Beyond is monitoring them. So, but she's now understands where Ben is coming from and what's going on, you know, and she's, Janine is, you know, looks like she's got some plans on her mind. You know, Ben's therapist, like I said, is really trying to get to the bottom of why, you know, what's going on with him. And she's really been trying to help him throughout the, you know, this run. And she basically says, you know, she admits, the therapist, that, you know, they're in confidence and she has, you know, Beyond's agreement. But then we flash over to Maxine Danger and she's watching them end this conversation. So obviously what the therapist thinks isn't true, because Beyond is always kind of watching and eavesdropping. And then we see a scene with Janine and Maxine where Janine asked if she could, you know, leave Beyond without supervision. And Maxine Danger basically says, you know, no, can't happen. You know, you were in jail, you're a criminal, and we can't have you running around unsupervised. So again, it's kind of this dialogue back and forth with Ben's therapist, you know, and she asked about him being a clone, you know, is that part of it? And he's just, you know, she opens up and lets him in on an even further secret, that Beyond had basically messed with his memories and took away some of the bad parts so they could have better, you know, kind of control over him. And so we kind of both see at the same time where, you know, Beyond is listening in on this conversation and feels it's gone too far and that they need to take action. And so they kind of disable, you know, Spider-Man or Ben Reilly with loud, you know, sounds that basically take him down. And then, you know, they tranquilize him with several darts here. And the therapist is, you know, basically can't believe it's happening. And she realizes finally that she's been lied to by Beyond Corporation and Maxine. Ben is kind of carted off here, or dragged off. And then Marcus, who is Ben's handler, kind of goes in to check on Janine to let her know that, Ben is going to be out of commission and under observation for a while. And then we can see that Janine kind of takes matters into her own hands, where she's got, a shank, a knife up against Marcus's neck and says, hey, look, you're going to let me out of here. And we see them working on, Ben, and they're basically going into his mind and trying to adjust his memories again. And they're trying to erase the latest information that he had from Doc Ock that provided kind of the, the beyond, secrets. And the doctors are, worrying, saying, hey, we might take this too far, so we need to be careful. And then, Maxine gets a call saying, hey, Marcus is looking to take a guest out into the, into the world outside of Beyond. And she's like so wrapped up in what's happening with Ben, she approves it. So doesn't realize that, Janine has Marcus and they're, kind of going out. And things start to go wrong with the memory tampering that they're doing. And basically, they show is that Ben kind of has a collapse with his memory. And that's kind of where we leave the story off. So, overall, I thought this was pretty good. Again, another issue with actually Peter Parker, which bothered me more early on, but I see where they're kind of going with the Ben Reilly story and hopefully wrapping it up. Oh, and I wanted to point out, I think actually, one of my commenters, I think at Manny Reads Comics, pointed out that he thought that Ben in last issue was handing Janine the information that Doc Ock had provided in his mask, and he called that right. That was the right prediction in this issue. So overall, I thought it was good. And I'm going to introduce a new system here. I'm going to go to a web system. So if 5 webs would be an outstanding issue, 1 web would be poor. So I'm going to start to introduce that. You'll see the little web icons that come up. And I'm going to rate this book overall as I'd go 3 webs. I think it was overall pretty good. Although there was not a lot of action fighting, or they did move the story forward. We're getting a little bit more behind the scenes on Beyond. Obviously, they're up to no good. They don't have Ben Reilly or Spider-Man or anybody's best interest other than their own, and they're up to some big master plan. Yeah, have we seen that kind of storytelling told before? Yes, but they're the fact that they're tampering with Ben Reilly's mind and memories, I think takes it a step further. And so, we'll kind of see how this all unfolds. The fact that it's an Amazing Spider-Man title without the main character, Peter Parker, through a full issue is a little bothersome, but it didn't bother me as much in this issue because of the interest in the Ben Reilly story. And I know Ben Reilly isn't everybody's favorite. The whole clone conspiracy was not everybody's favorite, but so far I'm enjoying it. I don't have all of the back history on that storyline, so I never read those, so pretty good in my mind. So that's it, guys. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the storyline and where this story is headed. And I think we mentioned last review that The Amazing Spider-Man is being rebooted again come April. John Romita Jr. is taking over, and Zeb Wells will be the full-time writers. They'll basically be the creative team. So let me know what you think on that. Thanks.